Most of you probably already know what happens when you put a light bulb inside of a microwave, but what happens if we cast that light bulb in resin? Will it still do the same thing? So most of you guys will probably remember when we cast gallium inside a resin and then put it in the microwave. Now unfortunately the gallium didn't really do too much, but we did manage to create this hotspot. And since then, a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a light bulb inside a resin, because as we know, a bulb will light up inside a microwave, and we're all kind of assuming that the resin is acting as an insulator, preventing the microwaves from penetrating in, so we're wondering whether a light bulb cast inside a resin will still light up. I decided to get a few different styles of bulb. I got the incandescent type, I got these energy savers, and I've also got LED. Now chances are LED are not going to work, but I know if I don't try it, everyone's going to ask for it. Now the reason I bought two of these is so that we can run two tests, one with a bulb inside a resin and one out of resin. That way we can see the difference. A lot of you guys also suggested that my microwave was underpowered, so I got myself a new one. Well, it's not really a new one, I did borrow it from the kitchen, just don't tell Nicole, but this one is 1100 watts. I have already done some prep work for this experiment. I've poured myself some resin base layers, that way we got something for the light bulb to sit on. Now that the bulbs are all glued in, we can get the resin ready. What's your prediction, guys? Do you think this is actually going to work? Or do you reckon it's going to be a bust? Let me know in the comments. Now I'll pop these in the pressure pot and we'll check on them later. Now that we've got our blanks out of the pressure pot, there's one more thing I want to do before we stick them in the microwave. I'm going to put these on the lathe and turn them down. I'm going to get rid of all these ridges, that way we get a nice clear view of what's going to happen inside. I think these turned out pretty cool. I'm glad I took the extra time to shape them up. So for this first test, we're going to take the incandescent light bulb outside of resin and see if it lights up. Check that out. It lit up alright. Now it looks like it, oh no, it's still going. Oh, alright, let's shut it down. Well, that was a pretty good base test. Now we know what we're looking for with the resin one. What do you think, guys? Do you reckon it's going to work? Oh wow, it's working. It's working way better than the other. Whoa, check it out. That is so bright. Holy crap, that is bright. Whoa. Let's stop that one. Check that out. That is such a cool effect. It actually started to crack the bottom out because there's such a thin layer there. But wow, I did not expect that to happen. Next up, we'll try the LED. Now, I've got to admit, I think nothing's going to happen with this one except maybe a bit of sparking from the metal base. Whoa, check it out. Well, that was pretty cool. We got ourselves a little fire with that one. Those LEDs must have caught a light. There is one other thing I forgot to mention. I do have good ventilation in here because you don't want to breathe any of this smoke in. I still don't think anything's really going to happen with this LED version. I really can't see it catching on fire while it's encased in resin. There was a couple of little sparks going on in there. Nothing too crazy. So we'll let that one run for a minute. Now we really didn't get too much sparking, definitely didn't light up. All that we really did was crack the bottom of the resin there. It's now time for the second of the incandescents. Now if I had to take a stab in the dark, I reckon this will be exactly the same as the first one. Well, that was a minute, so I don't think we were going to get any more than that. Wow, that actually held up quite good. I'm really surprised. Let's see if the resin version holds up just as good. Here we go, we got some light. Nice and bright too. We just cracked the resin. Now it's strobing. Well, that one put on an awesome little light show. Look at those little fractures at the bottom of the glass. So we're now down to our last bulb, the energy saver. I've got to admit, this is the one I've been waiting for. Wow, that's awesome. Smoking a lot though. You can see here that this is where the plastic melted and the light bulb failed. So it's now the grand finale. What do you guys reckon? Is it going to look just as good? Here we go. Look how bright that is. Wow, that's amazing. I let this one run for an extra minute, but we didn't get any more action out of it. Well, I've got to admit, this experiment turned out way better than I had hoped. Considering how much resin there was around the bulbs, they lit up so well. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more experiments, let me know in the comments what you'd like me to try. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.